We have a special report that was put together by TVC's news correspondent, Abimbola Adebiyi. Take a look.
This is crazy.
See, guys, see.
Like, they've set the bus on fire. They've set TVC bus on fire.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience.
A once peaceful work environment.
They say they are at the gates, that they are already at the gates. There are hoodlums at our gates.
Suddenly gripped by fear, with staff running to safety, while its uninvited guests raged.
They bought our mommy. What are they doing?
This is crazy.
See, guys, see. Like,
They've set the bus on fire. They've set TVC bus on fire.
Gates flung open, thick black smoke billowing into the sky. The world-class TVC communications studio was up in flames.
The entire building is on fire now. The entire building is on fire. They burnt all our cars. They burnt my car, burnt Murayo's car.
The 21st of October 2020 was a black day for staff of TVC Communications. This was the aftermath of the nationwide EndSars protests. One year after, Joel, a technical personnel in the company, goes back to the spot where he broke his legs while trying to escape the attackers.
This is where it all started, that fateful day. When it happened, I was just trying to see how I can escape, because what was on my mind that day was how I can escape from this hoodlum. I wasn't aware, because once you are in the transmitter room trying to do one or two things, you will not even know what is happening around you until you come out. And what really happened was that I landed on the 2 feet and I landed on my heel, so I landed badly. If you can, as you can see now, till date, I cannot stand fully, because though I stand, but I cannot walk very well. This thing made me to be on the wheelchair for good 4 months before I could be able to stand. I was on the wheelchair for 4 months. I came to this place. No, my hand couldn't get to up. You see as high as it.
Like Joel, many staff of the company scaled this fence in a bid to save their lives, not minding if they had a bad landing. Joel's gripping story paints a picture of the unimaginable things the mind can do in the face of danger. During my conversation with Joel, I attempted climbing the same fence, but it wasn't as easy as I imagined.
It may have been 12 long months, but the images are just as fresh. This is what is left of the TVC Communications building. The last signal from this building, many will remember, was a live breakfast show that was abruptly interrupted by the strange visitors who were on a mission.
Thank you very much, Mia. Please stay safe. I see you're not geared up. Please stay safe. Take cover as much as you can. Okay, I have to. Mia, stay safe.
Presenter of TVC's highly successful program, Your View, Murayo Afolabi Brown, steps into the building 1 year after. She attempted to locate a program studio.
This was our playground for TVC Entertainment. We had everything in here. You know, that used to be my studio, you know, and it was like a thing of pride. And that's where I sat when we were trying to hear them upstairs. And we didn't hear them upstairs. And then we sealed this door. We started carrying chairs from this side, carried chairs from Wake Up, from East Splash to cover up the door. When we saw that fire was already going on inside there, We saw the fire going and we saw the people throwing stuff. So we sealed we hadn't seen fire. We saw people throwing things in there. So we hadn't seen the fire. We had only seen people destroying stuff, and we now sealed it up. And then after we sealed it up, we're now making calls and trying to make calls. So he was telling us what was happening where he was on the island, and we're trying to communicate. So somebody was talking to me in my ears, telling me that, okay, talk to Mian. And I spoke to Mian. After that, we then lost contact. We couldn't hear anybody upstairs. And we kept saying, please, what's going on, what's going on? Then we said, the Dolakwa is coming downstairs. I can't see Dolakwa, Dolakwa is Dolakwa. And that was it, and it just went blank. And then we now heard they are here, and nothing else after that. If we had stayed here, we would have burned to death. I just hope that, I was hoping that the memory would just go, but you know, it's quite like yesterday. I can't believe it's almost a year now. I actually thought I was going to die. When those mobs saw me, I saw anger in their eyes. I saw anger.
Bro, they said they are at the gates. That they are already at the gates. There are hoodlums at our gates.
At the other end, 100 of youths are out there. They are not happy with the situation. And they are calling on the government to ensure that those who are shooting at them should stop.
Mian Akiri, one of the TVC correspondents, was live on the field, also goes back to Morocco in Lekki. The spot is stood to give live updates on the EndSars crisis, moments before the station went blank.
I'm not saying all the police officers
This was exactly where the whole scene happened last year. Now, I was in the middle of those who were protesting and the policemen. The policemen were shooting. And the guys here were trying to also move back. My cameraman at some point in time had to carry his camera. We were running. And I started having calls on my phone. Mian, leave where you are. It is dangerous. Leave where you are. It's dangerous. Leave now.
Mian, are you still there? I can hear you. Hello. Mian, are you still there?
Yes. Their stories remind us of the events of that day. Cars were burnt. People's means of livelihood perished with no help in sight.
All I can say is October 21, 2020 is a day no TVC staff will forget in a hurry. But thank God I'm alive today.
It's not something I want to relive. It's something that was quite painful. But I thank God that we live to tell the story today.
I thought I was going to meet the office the way I left the office. I thought I would see my colleagues. But the only thing I realized was the office was in flames. The office has been razed by fire. Getting back to the office, I saw the world-class TVC News, a replica of the Al Jazeera building in Nigeria, up in flames.
Less than 24 hours after the incident, rumors began to spread, suggesting that over 250 staff of TVC had lost their jobs due to the attack on the station.
Every major news story is with many perspectives.
But like a phoenix, the station emerged from the devastating situation, renewed and revitalized. Less than 72 hours after it was attacked, TVC Communications came back on air. Indeed, the attacks may have left some scars and horrible images. The greatest joy is no life was lost and all jobs kept. Abimbola Adebiyi, TVC News, Lagos.
TVC wasn't burnt down by EndSars protesters. I don't think so. I don't believe so. And no investigation proved that it was burnt down by EndSars protesters. The station was burnt down by criminals and hoodlums who deliberately had an agenda. There was looting. There was looting before the burning. So that was an attack.